My thoughts and actions constantly clashing. I stuck with passion. My heart knows that you're fragile, but my mouth keeps button mashing. My ADD often distracting me, often irrationalization, trying to justify my often clumsy practice. From woeful winters and sour springs to summer sadness, I frequently fall short of what I often promise. Backlip into a solitary corner, feeling so sorry for myself, acting like nothing matters. But the truth of the matter is it's fruitless as a pattern. It's useless, stupid, it's damaging. Gotta mute it from happening. It's a bully, it's arrogant, can be truly embarrassing. We're consumed by your shadow, I keep on losing my sanity, yeah. Focusing on self while you in the corner lonely, simply hoping that I help. Stuck within my little mind, fail to notice you're in hell. Once I've centered, all I offer is a broken little shell. I should let my feelings flow like the smoke that I expel, explaining how I feel now and exposing how I felt. Exercise the demons that I hold inside myself. You've been excellent to me, so I just hope now I excel.
A door to get in or out.
Changes in the wind, it ain't imaginary. Bloodstream full of ink, let it paint your capillaries. Rolling through the grass, we just playing in the anthills. My favorite little toxin in my body's at a standstill. My focus and my vision have a different view. I'm holding back vomit, gotta make it past the centrifuge. No ground, no floors, never seen a landing spot. Besides my granddad, I can't say I've been a fan of cops. All I do is stand and rot, sky full of love bugs. I think I'll see your face again if I do enough drugs. Or maybe not, baby stop, my dream cast still broke. They say that rap is dead, I'm kinda mad I weren't the kill stroke. Old heads dying off, new heads rhyming soft. Can't afford a MacBook, my OS Microsoft. Facial feature broken, full of glass and bad memories. Slow crawl cocoon, I can't wait till cats pilling me. It's summertime again, but summers ain't so summery. The grass is always greener, that's the age-old summary. Say I like change, but I'm afraid change will come for me. Afraid I might change by the time change done with me.
Yeah. Okay. I've been working my ass off, I might just be changing. The voice is still present, but I don't engage him. Melancholy keeps on trying my patience. Self-doubt tries to supply my self-hatred. But nah, I ain't finna fall for those tricks no more. Overanalyzing all my flaws. I've got shit to do, I'm gon' get far. So let me live, my dude, don't let me rob.
I've been around here for so long, waiting for shit to go wrong. Half of me never sold her to have been happy to hold on. Anything for a couple of pennies, play me a tour. Now it's been forced, I need more, hand me the torch. And I'll light this shit up in flames. Might get nothing but shame, I've been fighting off the disdain to the triton, often in anus and range. It's hard to contain my expression when targets changing direction. Etched in this brain and obsession, never the same, I'm redirected. Left in this daze, I need to end this. Effortless ways for me to exit. Yeah, I can't wait to see the next shit, it's not impressive. It's getting hard just to feel out, commit to living the real now. Wasted another year, now we're down. We're down, we're down, we're down, I feel so down. We're down, we're down, we're down, I feel so
down to make a change, down to take a different step. Down up here where I belong, not down with being upset. My head always in the clouds, and it's time my body follows. Can't nobody do it for me, is the motherfucking motto. I won't wallow in my misery, that isn't me tomorrow. If I'm riding at my core, rip it at my avocado, ayy. That's what I'm focused on. I'm sick of waking up to melancholy with its open palm. It's out of pocket, but my sighties, they like Pokemon. My clocks have broken arms, my blindfold always on. Take it off, my delusions all clear out. Fallacies disappear now. Wasted another year, now we're down.
we're down, we're down, we're down, I feel so down. We're down, we're down, so.
Hey yo,
Hey, what up?
Rav out here still looking for his snare and shit.
I think I found it!
I think Square found the snare and shit. Intros are easy.
Dime him up, me and Rav on the trailer, make a diamonds touch. He the arcade, yo, on the diamond cut. Find your crutch and get suplex. Fuck around and turn him into oobleck. Who next? Goldberg running. I ain't trying to end up in the vulture stomach, bitch. I feel like I'm Armor King when I'm blunted. I'm Lord Infamous, how I run it. Stone like pumice, solid as snakes. I'm thinking I'm good, I promise I'm great. How many ways can I possibly say? You all in my face, you get tossed in your place. I think I'm Mace, I think I'm Puffy right after the case. I think I'm losing my passion to chase. I think I'm losing my mind, right at the line and I'm tapping the brakes. Used to run from my problems, now they sitting attached to my waist. They told me those years I spent rapping when nothing but sad. I imagine the actual waste. Now I'm in Texas, now my friends are the bestest. Now I be rapping with legends, ayy. I give a fuck what your records say. I own myself today, it's fuck 'em.
Life's a joke and I still know why. Hope though broke with the deals, no lies. Now I don't focus, I feel no time. I dip right out, disappear, grow tired. I don't fuck with no explanations. I expect to grow patient, but don't respect the whole pace of it. I pace a bit, I hate the shit. Forget a lot of things, I need a break from it. I'm still bottled up, I'm still chasing shit. Why? I don't know why. I don't even know an eighth of it. Don't reveal concern, that's some ain't shit. I got a meal I earned, I guess I'm making this. Sometimes I just need a break from this. Sometimes there's nothing I can take from this. So I'm all in, all in. I don't need to find my calling. I'm just by the time I'm stalling. Till I'm in the light, I saw it. I'm so tired, these words don't need to make sense. I don't think things through, I don't mean to play dead. I don't see hate spread, I still hear. Feel stay loud, never will hear, yeah.
This that big dick flow with deep performance. Fucking applause, I don't seek endorsements. Rather be supportive, what I deem important. Rather be recording, rather seek reward and experiences. Rather be something more than that.
Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm really tired all of a sudden. I love that for me. So, the poll that I ran today, deciding what I should do. Stream time! Woo! Hey, how's it going? Thank you for coming, my beloveds. But the poll I did, so it had 4 things on it. Continue embroidering like I did last week on Sunday. Just chat for a while, watch dumb YouTube videos, or something else. And 4 people voted, and every person voted on something different, so it's an even 25% across the board. So I'm not really sure what to do. I also took a shower too early, or late, I guess, because I was like, no, it'll dry in time for my stream. I don't have to blow dry it. It didn't. But that's okay. It'll dry in like 15 minutes. It'll just be annoying for a while. So I'm not really sure what to do. I did in the replies. And thank you for being indecisive. The whole point of those streams is because I'm indecisive and I don't know what I want to do. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll let the people watching, or maybe just random people on Twitter decide. And then, so far, that hasn't helped me much. This has happened, I think, twice now, where I get, very even responses, which isn't a huge deal. I don't mind too terribly, but at the same time, I don't want to decide. But luckily, I had forgotten to put a secret 4th option on the poll instead of something else. I could animate. But I'm not sure how interested people would be in watching that. And it's like not one of the 4 on the poll already. So I figured that that was an option, and I did download my the animation program I use on my desktop, so I can do that now. So that's fine. I'm very bright. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, there we go. Now I'm a normal amount of brightness. That's nice. Okay. Probably should have done that before the stream started, but whatever. Why, thank you. Okay, I don't want to stop working on this, is the problem. Like, I could animate, but I don't have any plans for any animations, and all the animations I already have started are on my laptop, and I don't know how to get them over here. So, I have literally no idea. Then, suck my nuts. I'm gonna keep working on this because it's going great so far. The world is my oyster. Because the last time I tried this panel, because I've drawn it before, so I'm starting to get tired of it. Let me change my stream title and all that. But the first time I did this, I tried to understand colors on my own, which was a horrible idea. But this time I just put overlays on it, and now they're all smashed into one layer, because I did like 5. So the overlays picked the colors for me, and then I started to shade over here. I've only gotten Simon done so far. My god, I would love to finish this one panel. Please. I need to do something else so I can get something, speed painted so I can slap that shit on TikTok. Or I need to clip something, but that's highly unlikely, because I'm not. Imagine watching yourself. That could not be me. It literally could not be me. I was looking for more music to listen to on stream, because I know there's something about Rav that's very, comforting for me, all of a sudden. It's a very, consistent, highlight on his sleeve. It's a very consistent vibe, because it's the same shit over and over again. I'm like, oh, this is stream music to listen to on stream. And I just like that, I guess. But I got on Spotify, cringe, I found more music that I could put on the playlist. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But, yeah. So, how's your day going? It's kind of early. So, have any plans for today?
celebrities and act like they clever. I'm on my John Wayne pow pow, the long range pow wow king. Everything I disavowed, I'll sing. For you it's simple, there's a plan and there's a follow through the capture. Lost in translation, had to follow through the captions, but we bonded through the rations, felt like actual.
And sometimes that is all a day is meant to be, I think. It's just vibing. Sundays are really good for that, I think. Like it's before the week started. And Saturdays are always jam-packed, it feels. Like everybody loves doing shit on Saturdays. Oh my god, the beach! I didn't even think about that. It is really hot. Man, I was so caught up in the, whatever the opposite of euphoria is, with it being so miserable outside that I forgot the beach was an option. Ugh, you're right. You're literally a genius. I can't believe I forgot that the beach was a place I could go. I'd probably have to wait till my vaccination bullshit kicks in and all that. But the beach would be nice, I think. That is a most triumphant idea, if I may. I miss going to the beach. I love her. Okay. Man, my parents' backyard is totally big enough for a pool. It doesn't seem... Just put a pool. Just put a pool. There you go, put a pool. Mom keeps talking about a hot tub. Hot tub dumb. Hot tub stupid. Put a pool in. Oh, of course. I have like 700 pictures of the same beach trip. Cause I was like, teehee, ocean pictures. It's not the fucking ocean, sorry. Teehee, lake pictures. So it's like pictures of like the waves crashing up on the... There was like a barrier on the beach that we went to. So it was like sand, and then there was a barrier, and then the water didn't hit the barrier. It was a little lower than the barrier. So the waves like crashed against it. And I was like, damn, that's so fresh. So I took like 70,000 pictures. So when I'm going through my phone, looking at pictures I've drawn, or taking screenshots of, or anything, I have so much shit. You have to like triple scroll to get through that beach trip. Aw, man. That sucks. Swimming is so much fun, and I miss it very much. Because, like, my parents... Oh, 1,000 beach memories, my beloveds. I can't bring myself to delete any of them. I should, because I have so many of them, and 99% of them are the same picture. And I just kind of held down the photo button. So it just took, like, rapid-fire pictures. So if you scroll through, it's almost like you're watching the wave crash up on the beach. Which is so funny. How unnecessary. But also, really fun something else. But yeah, like, swimming is, synonymous with vacation for me. Like, you don't... Oh, out of the... That's fine. I didn't think about that. Picture. No, that was not it, but that's fine. Yeah, but swimming is synonymous with vacation for me. So, it's got a very, summer getaway vibe. Because we don't have, a pool out here or anything. Because it's fucking Michigan and it's cold. So pools aren't particularly common people have them, just not like in-ground pools, because you'd only be able to use them like 2 seasons of the year. Unless you're nuts and have a hot tub and are one of the crazy people that sits in them in the winter. Ugh. Ugh. No. No thank you, actually. I'm good. It's bizarre to me. I can't think of a single good reason to want to sit out in below 40, negative 20,000 wet. Anything that's cold and sit out in a hot tub. Because as soon as you get out of the hot tub, you're frozen. Cringe. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pass on that one, man. I'm sure it's fun in the moment, but you get out, your hair freezes, and I've gotta go, actually. I'll just take a hot bath inside my house instead. Okay. You know those bathtubs that have the bubblers or whatever? Those are the bathtubs. No question. What if your hot tub is really far away from the house? What do you do then? Okay, hair shading. Okay. Sorry. I may have a little confidence in my abilities as a treat. Okay. Fair enough, I suppose. But I don't know. It's just not it's not appealing to me. I also just don't like hot tubs in general. They're okay, well, first of all, there was one hot tub that I got in, and it was either the hot tub or me. I don't know which one it was, but if I sunk into the hot tub, low enough, so I had to be, like, my chest had to be submerged, I, had coughing fits, and I have no idea why to this day. So now hot tubs kind of freak me out. Like, what? Why would she do that to me? That's not very nice. Because it was so bad that I couldn't talk. I was coughing so much. Bullshit. Fuck hot tubs. All my homies hate hot tubs. Cringe. Oh, so, good news. I found a new game to play on, I think Tuesday is my next game stream. So I don't have to run a poll and have it inevitably end up in a tie. So that's fine. My friend bought me Resident Evil Village, or 8, or whatever. So I'm gonna play that. Yes, it is spooky. Yes, I am very small. But my god, if it won't be the funniest fucking shit you ever see. Because I am so small. It'll probably be better to do on stream anyway, because honestly I wouldn't be caught dead playing it by myself. Yes! Yes! And that's 99% of the reason I want to play the game, is because I've seen a couple people play it, and I've been like, hot woman? Yes, please. But I don't know. I think it'd be fun to play on stream. So that is what we are going to play next. Which is, it's so funny, the games I've decided to play on stream, they're all over the place. Like if you go into my recently streamed categories, it's like art and then the makers and craft for when I embroidered. And those two, those are pretty similar, so those stay on par. But then Detroit Become Human and then Lego Batman. That's just so funny to me. And then it's Feral, which is also a completely different game vibe. I do have range. And that is what is important. Variety streamers who say variety streamers in like their bio, they have no idea what they're up against here. Thank you for trying, guys. But you ain't seen nothing yet. There's just so many games that I want to play on stream, and I like playing one game consistently until I'm finished with it, and then starting another one after. 0 to 60 real quick. You're right. You're so correct. I am unbelievably talented, sexy, fun, and cool. Can you believe it? But, some streamers do more than one game at once, and I don't think I can do that. So if people prefer that, suck my balls. No. Because I have so many games, not as many as other people, but, I have a lot of games in my Steam library that are just gonna go unplayed, unless I play them on stream, so... And the fact that I'm buying new games to play on stream instead of just playing the ones that I already have is really funny to me. But there's just something, I guess, more fun about playing games that I haven't played before. Because, I don't want to say a lot of the games I have in my Steam library are games I've seen, but a couple of them are. Like the Walking Dead games. The Telltale Walking Dead games. I have all 4, I'm pretty sure. It's either that I have 3 and I need the 4th one still. But I've seen the first 3, and I haven't watched the 4th. But I would want to play all 4 on stream. And I don't know how I'd feel about Rapid Fire, because I don't know if people would get bored with it too quick. But I do really, really like those games, and I do think they'd be fun to stream. Especially considering I don't remember the second game at fucking all. So anything that happens in the second game would be a surprise, I think. Oh, thank God. I'm glad we're in agreement on the one game at a time thing. Because, I don't know. If you can do more than one game at a time, good for you, man. Me? No. Sorry, I gotta lay down. Because I can barely play one game at a time. Despite how many games I've bought, I would just have other hobbies that I would rather be participating in. So I end up just defaulting to drawing as opposed to playing any of the games that I've bought. I'm glad Fallout 4 got at least a little use before I decided I wasn't going to touch it anymore. Man, and there is no shame in this, I think. The fact that you play games is good, I think. Because if you have them, they're being played, and I think that is what matters. Unfortunately, I could not say the same. Except for the occasional... I've been playing Osu lately. I have an addiction. I wanted to make a map after I got home from work yesterday, but it's hard. So I ended up not being able to figure it out. Or I didn't have the patience for it, so I ended up just working on this. Finally got the background done this morning. Very excited to get the panel as a whole done. And honestly, the development between me trying this for the first time and then this time around, is kind of interesting, and I'm excited to see the differences. It's like it's almost like a redraw, in a way, except this one I did 3 days ago as opposed to several months ago. Still kind of neat, if I may. Those are really fun too. Like on Twitter, it's like the finished versus the sketch or whatever. I like those. Those are really fun as well. I've never done one because I don't finish things. And also, my sketches are always... I use the sketches for the final piece now. So it's almost like there isn't enough change for me to warrant a whole post about it. But whatever. Okay, now here's where we're gonna get funky, I think. So, cheek bump. Okay. Okay. I don't. Because there's the chin is. Okay, I'll let the chin go. I don't. The lips are too far away, I think, to warrant any. Maybe a little. No, I lied. Not a little. Psych. This is such a weird head angle. Like, I can draw this head angle just fine, I think. Like, I've got the... But... shading? With this lighting angle? I got a little cocky, I think. And I didn't even... I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even really think of the lighting too hard when I started it. I was like, oh... they're gonna watch a movie together. And that was really all I had thought through. And then I get to, you know, sketching it out and everything, and you know, the thumbnail, she gets done. And then I go to color it, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're watching a movie, it's movie night, so it has to be nighttime outside. Making this a whole lot more difficult for me. So thank you, myself. So cool. I think it's almost like too late. You're right. Lighting is dumb and no one likes it. Okay. Yeah, it's nice when you play with it. Like, there was this one drawing that I did ages ago of, I think it was the Adventure Zone graduation character. It was Griffin's character. And apparently that podcast ended. I wanted to keep up with it, but I'm just absolute shit at it. I also realized that my mic is really far away. I don't I don't know if it makes much of a difference to have it be closer. It doesn't look like it. Well, it's like I lied. It does make a major difference. It's closer now. Sorry. Normally I have it closer before the stream starts, but I forgot. Because typically I move it back. Oh, yeah, and what sucks is I don't like to stray away too far from realism. Like, I have my own style, but it's very clearly almost realism. Like, the eyes and face is where it gets a little less... I don't want to say cartoony, because it's not cartoony, but it's definitely not photorealism. It's trying to be as realistic as possible. Like, I don't stylize my stuff too much. Like, there are, like, other artists tend to, well, not all other artists, but a lot of artists that I follow on, like, Instagram and Twitter. Mostly Twitter. I am very rarely on Instagram. I missed a post the other day. Cringe. But, a lot of artists tend to lean heavier into a more artistic style of things, whereas the way I developed was from really cartoony into something a lot less cartoony. And I think that development is kind of weird. And I almost wish I didn't, because I think drawing in a more stylized way is really fun. I tried to earlier, but the only thing that got stylized down was the face, and everything else stayed pretty consistent with how I normally draw. I don't know. There's much to think about, much to consider when it comes to style, I think. Well, you know what? Okay, that makes sense. I'm looking.
Just sing with a smile emoji, but I sink inside and I don't breathe. Seems I can't decide what I'm gonna be. Feeling prison tight like I won't leave. I don't know me. Oh, you think you highbrow, huh? I'm thinking you should iron out, bruh. Yeah. You should put the mic down, bruh. Pipe down, or you little clown type suck. Don't blow my high, just blow me while I'm
Okay, that went well. I didn't expect to, but my god, it did. Thank you, knowledge. I am literally so sexy. Goodbye. Be suggested that I look up the planes of the face. I did not do that. I meant to. I did. I just haven't done any like active studies of the planes of the face or anything. And I think if I did, this would be a lot easier. But, I haven't yet. Literally no excuse. I've just been working on this as opposed to working on things to help me work on this. Cringe. Okay. It looks okay though, I think. In my opinion. Easy. Art. So good. I'm trying to think of other shit to talk about. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That is where it's at. Doing studies, cringe. Learning, also cringe. I'm gonna do what I want above all else. and there is no shame in this. I wish I didn't. But it's fun, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is having a good time. Well, that's a fucking lie. What I need to do is I need to work on my portfolio for tattoos and stuff, which was why I kind of keep putting tattoo stuff on my Twitter polls, is so I can work on that, so I can have at least a couple flash sheets to put in a portfolio, because flash sheets would show that I have a general understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing, and it also just gives me an opportunity to draw something outside of the realm of what I normally draw. Like, I like doing surrealism stuff, I think it's fun. It's just not my first choice. I'm not sure, because there's not really any, like, solid sources for that. It does really depend on the artist that you're looking to apprentice under. Because there was one, there were a couple of people that I read up about, and I don't remember the specific points that either one of them made, but they did contradict heavily. So I was like, so what do you want me to do? Because I did do quite a bit of research on it back in high school when I had to, for a couple of projects that were like, what do you want your career to be, blah, blah, blah. And tattoo stuff was what I am, and was, looking into doing. So I researched it and all that shit. But diversity is a big one. Showing that you can do other stuff. I think so. I did do a mentorship for a project that I had to do in high school. That he sucked. I was like, hey, so, I read up that there's a lot of, well, okay, there was one tattoo artist that I followed on Instagram, who I found, so, I have an OC, if you can recall, Abel. I gave him tattoos from his rebellious phase as a bit of a treat, and I found a tattoo, Abel, my beloved, I found a tattoo from this artist that I absolutely adored, and it was on, darker skin, so, but the color popped really, really well, so I was like, hey, so, how do you do that? Because I read up that that's hard to do, or whatever, and he was like, oh, you can't, and I was like, bullshit, here's a picture. Liar, yes you can, you just don't know how, or are racist. So, give me a call back when you figure out how to do that, and maybe I'll think about it. The problem is that he was like, I wouldn't charge for an apprenticeship, and I was like, ooh, free. But learning how to do tattoos shitty would be the trade-off. Like, you get what you pay for. So, I wouldn't mind doing it with him because he was a really nice guy, and I did get along with him very well. Cause I was watching him do a tattoo one day. Cause that was essentially all the mentorship was I just watched him do shit. I didn't learn a whole hell of a lot from him. It was more like just that year as a whole, I learned a lot about this stuff, because that was what I was interested in doing. But I found, oh no, the day, so one of the days I was watching him, he had an appointment, and this lady came in with her kid, and that's kind of weird. From the beginning, bringing your kid to a tattoo appointment seems a little bizarre. But if your kid behaves and just sits in the corner and just chills out, no big. At least that was my mentality on it. It was like, so long as the kid doesn't get in my way and makes me fuck up your tattoo, which is sitting on your body forever, the kid can stick around. Stay quiet, don't touch anything, just be good. Essentially. And this kid was good. Like, she didn't bother anybody, she was just chilling. But she did very clearly want her mom to pay attention to her. But the mom was just sitting on her phone the whole time and was like ignoring her kid. And I was like, okay, this lady's kind of a bitch, but whatever. It's not my place to say. And so then the grandma, the lady's mom, comes in and starts watching the kid, and so the kid is like trying to like interact with her grandma, and her grandma's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. And I was like, oh, this is a really nice grandma. This lady makes me glad for the grandma that I have already. Thank you. I don't need a new one. You're kind of mean. So this lady they were both just ignoring this kid. And so after everyone had left, what is his eyes wrong?
They say my whole life I got to choose, but not really. I thought if I trained and became nice with the craft, I could lose. Instead of cheese, I only got the blues, so I'm just.
So after they had all left, DJ was like, wow, that lady was a bitch. And I was like, yeah, actually. Because he was kind of annoyed that the kid was trying to get her attention, and it was just not happening. And DJ, I think, had, that was his name. DJ had a daughter of his own, so he was probably fairly sympathetic to the kid, because it was just not, this lady was just not having it. And he had also mentioned that a big thing for him when, like, getting someone to apprentice or whatever, a big thing was finding someone he'd get along with. That feels better. And we did get along, I think. So I wouldn't mind going back to him. It's just he was kind of shit, and I didn't like his work very much. Like, I'm not gonna apprentice under someone I wouldn't get a tattoo from. You know what I mean? That just, first of all, feels kind of scummy, and it just also feels dumb. Like, why would I learn from someone I wouldn't trust to do work with me? It just didn't make any sense. But he's an option, a very unlikely option, but an option nonetheless. And then there's there's this one shop that I absolutely adore. Literally everybody who works in that shop is unbelievably talented. Yeah, it'd be dumb. It'd be like, oh wow, great, abstract art. Thank you. I would love to learn from you. No. I'm not a big fan of drawing abstract art. It looks okay. It's definitely not for me. Considering that both my abstract animation history projects that I had done weren't really abstract. Like, the first one kind of was, but then I was like, psych, I'm gonna do surrealism, which is a completely separate thing, and not abstract art at all. But the other tattoo shop, everybody in the shop is extraordinary. Unfortunately, I would prefer to apprentice under a woman. And I don't know if the person who runs the shop would let his employees apprentice or mentor or whatever, or if it had to be him, and I would really, really rather not apprentice under him. I did have a teacher back in high school who got tattoos. They were like watercolor or whatever. he got tattoos from her, and she's only like an hour away, so it would be feasible, I think, to go under her, but I hadn't really intended on taking up a watercolor style, to be honest. I don't want to say I'm more interested in the line art stuff, because that would be a lie. There's this one artist that's actually from the other shop. He does a lot of cartoon stuff, and I don't know how I'd feel about doing full-fledged anime all the time, but his style is really cool, and he works with color, and he knows how to work it. Unfortunately, he's a man, and I don't know how I'd feel about doing that. I haven't had particularly positive experiences working with men in the area, because I live in such a Republican town. Everyone's kind of mean here, and pretty typically the men are worse. And I don't like generalizing like that, but I also don't want to risk feeling safe, especially considering I am going to be learning from this person. I don't know, it's a very touchy thing. I probably could. Apprentice, like, asking for an apprenticeship feels extraordinarily difficult, because it's like I have to email them, and if they say no, I would essentially be crushed. I don't know. I have a lot of confidence building to do before I go out and ask for an apprenticeship, I think. I do think I'm at a place artistically where I could. It's more finding the confidence to be like, hey, are you looking for someone to apprentice under you, or what? Because it's not like they have you know, they don't have job postings for apprenticeships or anything, because it's learning as opposed to I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah, no kidding about that Band-Aid shit. I've been procrastinating on it. I've been graduated for a couple years now. I graduated in 2019, and I've been procrastinating on it pretty bad, because there's just something scary about it. I'm not a big fan of putting myself out there and then being rejected. It's not something I enjoy. I'm sure it's not something anybody really enjoys, but it is something I dread, let's say. Something a bit more drastic than an average lack of enjoyment. I don't know. I need to start doing it. I think a portfolio is the first step. Because the stuff I have drawn it's a lot of character work, and people don't want character work on their bodies unless it's anime for some reason. And I mean, like, I can do realism and stuff. I really rather not, because realism is hard, and you're trusting me to do that on your body forever? Ugh. I don't know. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I wish it wouldn't take so long. How, 2 years? Damn. Seems a bit excessive, but, what can you do? And tattoo shops aren't exactly in the best position right now as it is. It is a very close contact. I was about to say contact sport. No. It is not a sport. But it is a lot of contact. And they're literally making you bleed, which is even worse considering like bacteria, and I don't know if viruses have an easier way of getting into your body when you're injured, but I am Panini? I am Panini, bro? But yeah, tattoo shops definitely are in great positions right now considering the pandemic. There you go. That's what I thought you meant. I just want to make sure. Yeah, the pandemic is definitely not putting tattoo artists in the best position, I don't think. Because of the bleeding aspect to things. So I don't know if waiting at this point would be a good idea still, because at this point I may as well just shoot my shot. Especially considering that I hate college and I'd like to get out of it as fast as possible. And if I'm accepted into an apprenticeship, it's less likely that I'd have to deal with more college. Because if I work, go to college, and have an apprenticeship, I will literally die. That is just physically impossible. There's no goddamn way I could handle all that. Because some apprenticeships are like full-time jobs. So if it was a full 40 and I worked an actual job that I wasn't, paying to work and was instead being paid to do the job, and I don't work 40 hours now. I work, let's go less than that, because I really don't know how much I work. It's less, though. But, yeah, what the fuck is this color? Why is it so dull? But, yeah. If I worked 20 hours a week, so that'd be 60. And some people work 60 hours a week, but that's already a lot. But then if I went to college on top of that, whoa, yo, that is a bit much, I think. Because I'd have to be going to college at least 20 hours a week. But then you'd have to consider homework on top of that, and some teachers want you to do, like, fucking, like, 15 hours. There's only so many, hours in a week. There's not much I can do. Yeah, that's fair. I hadn't considered doing more than one. Because the way I looked at it is I'd take it slow and I'd go one at a time. I send out one, like, ask, like, hey, are you looking for an apprenticeship right now? And then if they said no, I would stop, take a bit to recover, and then come back around. But doing more than one at once does seem a lot more convenient now that you mention it. Scary, but smarter. What the fuck is this dull ass shit? Whatever. It's probably a good dark area since it's so low. That's fair. Jobs are a lot different for me because I expect rejection job-wise, but an apprenticeship, it does hang. Okay, well, jobs, at least for now, for me, aren't. It's like retail and food service, so it's not anything I'm particularly passionate or interested in actually doing. So getting rejected by those, it's like, oh, same shit as always. Not that I've, had to apply for jobs recently, because I've been working at the place I'm at for over a year now. My sister is rapidly approaching year 2, so good for her. I'm simultaneously sorry for her loss. That sucks. Get well soon. I do hope you get a job soon, though. Job hunting sucks. It's stressful and bad. I also hope you find something good. Something that you do enjoy.
Guaranteed to kill any instrumental. Fuck 'em.
Oh, for sure. I hope they do get back to you, even if it's just to say that you were horrible and that they hate you. Because I feel like that's better than just being ghosted and you're just kind of waiting for a response. I oftentimes get ghosted. Or I, again, used to. Ooh, what jobs? Are they fun? I don't have a whole lot of confidence in that, but I can ask anyway. As a treat. Okay, Marcus's pants. Oh, sweet. That's really cool. I hope you get the jobs. Huh. Confident king. I can appreciate that. I'm too good. Anymore? What happened? If anything. Oh, yeah, that would do it. At least they're being safe like that. That's comforting, I think. 'Cause my job is cringe, and we had one girl who was pregnant, might I add, She got COVID, so real smart of her to do that. But she's dumb. Like, I know getting COVID isn't everybody's fault. I am aware of this because my other coworker, who was being really, really safe about it, did end up getting it. But this coworker is stupid. So she managed to get fucked, essentially. But my boss was like, oh, I'm not gonna tell anybody that she got COVID, despite her actively not wearing a mask for several minutes at a time. Like, if it was like to take a quick drink, for sure, we all do it. We are thirsty, it's hot as shit because it's a restaurant, but she has her mask off for like 20 minutes at a time while she does dishes because she's a fuckhead, and I hate her. But yeah, my boss was like, oh no, it's fine, I'm not gonna tell anybody. And I was like, well, Chad, it would have been real nice to know. Dipshit. Because first of all, I was only halfway through my COVID shots at the time. So if I get COVID mid-shot, or between the two, I don't know what happens. Because I'm not allowed to get my second one. It all turned out to be fine. I did end up getting my second one. And I'm on my way to full vaccination. God bless. But, fuck my job. Basically. Stacy. Red ink is not okay. But anyway, yeah, point is some jobs are bad at it, and some jobs are bad at keeping their employees in line, at being safe as well. Cause my friend has a job that he just got it recently, and his coworkers, I show up sometimes because he works at a flower shop and I think that's cute as shit. So I show up sometimes and I'm like, teehee, I want to buy some flowers for literally no fucking reason. I'll need to go back because I have a rose. Well, I did. It's dead now, so I threw it away. But I had a rose and then hydrangeas that died really fast. They were $10. And it died within the day. And I'm not even shitting. It was like 4 or 5 hours after I had gotten them. I had put them in water. And everything. And they fucking died. But, anyway. Yeah, his coworkers are absolute shit about it. Because I show up. And we've had customers straight up yell at us for not telling other customers to put their masks on, who looked like they carried and would probably shoot me if I told them to put their mask on, to be honest. Republican town, so cool. So I'm at, his place of employment, and there's like 3 people in the back, maskless, very close together, and I'm like, I'm glad we're taking this seriously. It's not like people aren't dying or anything. Thank you. So cool. I feel really safe as a customer in your place of business. Can't wait to come back next week. Maybe I just move to a nicer town or something. Cause this shit is a drag. I say that like I can just up and move whenever I damn well please. I cannot. And of course now we've got that CDC order that says you can take your mask off if you're fully vaccinated. Which is total bullshit, by the way. Literally not how this shit fucking works. But I digress. Maybe a nicer topic. Now. Of course, now I can't think of anything. Oh, I was trying to watch. I was trying to find something to watch today. Because I got bored. Oh. Lunchtime. It is like noon for you, isn't it? Lunchtime, exactly. Me too, actually. I forgot to eat before I started. I was so caught up in the euphoria of stream and not knowing what I was going to be doing. Knowing full well that I was probably just going to default to this. Sometimes it is simply too early for snacks, despite being hungry. And there's no shame in this.
I keep running in circles. These rings on my eyes keep on getting more purple. I stay on my back like a turtle. But this apathy's hurtful. I must grab onto happiness like I actually deserve to experience more.
Movies. I remembered. I've been watching a lot of streams lately. Because, hell yeah. All of my homeboys are really fun to watch. So I have been watching a lot of streams lately. But unfortunately nobody was streaming this morning, so I didn't have anything to watch, so I defaulted to my shitty, horrible, god-awful Reddit YouTube videos. I am not a Reddit user. I swear. I promise I do not use Reddit. But I do think the funny, silly little stories that people read on YouTube from Reddit are fun. And they're droning and all exactly the same. Especially if you're on a subreddit where all the stories are exactly the same. And I do like them because they're just background noise. And they're stupid and meaningless, and I don't really have to pay attention. And, better yet, they're not like overarching plot lines like a TV show is. So I don't have to worry about paying attention too terribly. However, it seems that it got too droning and boring earlier this morning because I didn't want to listen to any of them anymore. So I was like, perhaps a movie. But I couldn't think of any movies that I wanted to watch because I think I've hit like a stagnant point. Because I'm supposed to watch Chain Reaction, I think, next week, on Wednesday, so I can't watch that, and that's pretty much the only one I can think of, to watch. So, does anybody have any sweet movie suggestions? Because when I get off of the stream, I will inevitably be bored out of my mind. Because that is often how this works. Kinda cringe, but what can you do? Sorry, man. I forgot. Lest we forget that some people just don't watch things. Oh, Chain Reaction. I'm really excited to watch that. I don't know anything about it, but catch me being excited anyway. Watching movies with you is always a treat. Movie night Wednesday? Ugh, king. Favorite day of the week. No question. That feels right. We're gonna keep going. This area. I forgot about the new Venom movie! Venom, my beloved! Okay, listen. The first one, so bad. I remember literally nothing about it, but I remember watching it and, like, absolutely loving it. And then I went to school, because I was in high school at the time when it first came out. And my, English teacher, who was a big movie guy, was like, wow, that movie was shit. And I was like, actually, it was very good. Yeah, Movie Night Wednesday, whoa! Also, you should watch the first Venom, it is so good. I remember being, obsessed with it. I'm not normally like that with movies, because movies are a lot harder to be obsessed with. I know I'm saying that after I had, like, a Bill and Ted era, but don't worry about it. It is hard, let's say. I've had a couple of movie chunks of my life. But Lego Movie 2 being a significant one. But, Venom was, delicious. King shit, if I may. Love her. One of Tom Hardy's greatest, performances, no question. I'm lying. I did watch a movie with him in it, and it was like, I don't remember what the movie was called. I believe Legend or some shit. Okay, well now you got me talking about this movie. And by you, I mean me. I get myself talking a lot of the time. And that is my first mistake. But so I went on a weird movie kick a while back where I was like, I'm gonna watch random movies, and for like genre didn't matter to me, actors didn't matter to me, plot didn't matter to me. I was just like, I'm going to watch a random movie that looks interesting enough to me off of Netflix. And I watched some whack-ass movies, because it was like a week. I watched some classics. I watched movies I'd already seen before during that time. Angels and Demons being one of the greatest. The Da Vinci Code was shit. That movie was ass. Angels and Demons good, Da Vinci Code bad. But so I watched that, and then, so Legend was one of the movies from that time, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, well I guess the actors did matter a little, because that was why I watched a couple movies. But that was only, that was the interest factor. I wasn't looking for anything specific. So the Legend movie or whatever, it was set in Britain or some shit, and it was about mob bosses. And so Tom Hardy was he played twin mob bosses, so he was both of them. And one of them was schizophrenic or something. He had something going on with his brain. And then the other one, which was the main character, the movie focused on his relationship with this one woman, who was telling the story. She was like, this is a story of how I died, blah, 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 or whatever. And so she's so she's relaying everything that happened or whatever during their relationship and how she like kills herself because of how shitty of a person he is, because he's literally a mob boss and kills people. That movie was bizarre. It certainly wasn't for me. Like, I don't think it was necessarily a bad movie. But it wasn't anything I would die to watch because it was weirdly written. However, it did have Tom Hardy in it, which is a huge plus for me personally. And it also had, I don't remember his name, Colin Morgan, who plays Merlin in none other than Merlin. So I was like, oh shit, I know him. Was essentially what I had done. I did that with Shia LaBeouf in Constantine. He was on screen for maybe a total of 15 minutes in that movie, and I was like, whoa, it's Shia LaBeouf! Even though he was terribly inconsequential to the overarching plot of that movie. And so was, seemingly, literally every other character. That movie was very weird as well. But it had Keanu Reeves in it, so I'm not gonna complain too terribly. Another movie that I watched during that time was The King. I think. It was some medieval crap, and it had Timothée Chalamet in it. I was like, oh, I've never seen a Timothée Chalamet movie. People really like him. Let's give it a shot. No. I'm alright, actually. He was fine. Like, as an actor, I don't think I had any issues with him and his performance. Mainly because I don't know fucking shit about acting, so I can't say too much about it. But God, that movie was ass. None of it made sense. Like, Devil's Advocate, my beloved, is really good at, making sure you, the audience, understands that time is passing. The time is passing, you are not seeing the time that has passed, but time has passed nonetheless. Like in, like the jump between, man, I didn't get that message. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. You're upset. My day is going very well. Thank you for asking. I am talking about movies. Which is very sad for everyone but me. I'm having a great time. I'm sorry everybody else has to listen. That is very sad for you. But so, what were we guys talking about? Timothée Chalamet. The main reason I wanted to watch that movie, thank you, I have a little too much passion. I've talked about these movies with like 3 other people. And now I'm doing it again, as a treat. But so, the main reason I wanted to watch the Timothée Chalamet movie, besides not having seen Timothée Chalamet in the past, and hearing that he's good, is, Robert Pattinson was in it as well. And I was like, ooh, I want to watch that. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Wait, thank you is the wrong one. You're welcome. There we go. Thank you for the song compliment. I was terrified about the songs. That's gonna fuck. But I'm glad it all turned out okay. Modding? I'm not that I did anything mod-wise, but it's scary in there. Oh, sweet. Rap is something that can be so intimate and important as well. Oh no? Am I going to start talking about music? Maybe. Music is another one of my favorite topics. I could talk for fucking hours about songs and other shit. Like movies, if you get me talking about movies, I'll go forever. Music is the same way. Where do I even begin? First of all, I collect CDs as a trait because my car has a CD player and she's really old, so I have CDs. So from time to time, as a bit of a treat for myself, I get CDs. I typically new ones because I'm not necessarily against older music, but I do have a very modern taste, I think. I want Kid Cudi's newest album on CD so bad. That album is so good. The album art on it, also, I'm showing you, it is unbelievable. Kid Cudi 3 album cover. Images. Here we go. No. View image. Could be bigger. Sweet. It's kind of low res, but that's okay. Hold on. Oh shoot. I forgot. What is it? Window capture? I'll do that. I'm gonna fix it. Window capture. Different window. Kid Cudi JPEG. That's the bitch. Man in the Moon 3 album cover, my beloved. It's so... The colors, the vibe of it, it matches the album as a whole. Like, every song sounds spacey and ethereal. Oh! But still has, like, the rap vibe that Kid Cudi has. It's delicious. And, so it's this one, and then Man in the Moon. I think 2 is the one that is the one I'm thinking of. No, so Man in the Moon 2, different energy. I haven't listened to this album, but this cover differs from the other two. Because then this is the first one which has the same color scheme as the third one. So it's interesting. There's something that... And now I haven't listened to all 3 albums, but I think listening to them, like, all in order would probably be fine. Because then, one, you'd be able to see the progression of his music, because it's probably been a few years since his first Man on the Moon. But then, hearing the, like, tone shift, because I've listened to a few songs on Man in the Moon 1. So hearing the tone shift between the first one, then the second one, and then going back to this, like, spacey vibe of the... Because there's only, like, there's a moon in the third one, and then there's a moon in the first one, but there is no moon in the second one. Interesting. And he's definitely an artist that thinks this shit through. Like, Jaden does a really good job at thinking through his music and his imagery and what you're looking at and why you're looking at it. The Weeknd is really good at that too. Childish Gambino is also really good. His, This Is America is certainly a song. It's good. I've gotten kind of tired of it though. So Childish Gambino, his Feels Like Summer. That music video, first of all, it's animated, which is an interesting choice, because it didn't have to be. Well, yes it did, because he probably wouldn't be able to hire all of the people that were in it, because I think Obama was in it, for a second. Because Obama was, so the whole music video is, a bunch of different, like black rappers and musicians. And so they're all doing things like random. It's not even like anything they would normally be doing. The whole video is Childish Gambino walking through a neighborhood and he's like looking at a bunch of different. It's all like metaphors. Like Travis Scott, I think, messes with this one lady's music. I don't remember who it was. Nicki Minaj, I think. Like Nicki Minaj is like building with building blocks, and Travis Scott is like tee and takes a block off, and then all of her stuff comes crumbling down. So then you scroll down in the comments and people are like analyzing everything that's going on in the video. And the song doesn't have anything to do with like rap culture or that anything that's going on in the video. The whole song this is about global warming. And so the music video doesn't make any sense. It's got the colors and the summer feel, but it doesn't have anything to do with global warming like the video doesn't. The song does. And I think that's neat. But anyway, I will shut the fuck up and go back to what I was doing before and turn the music back on as well, because that turned off. Welcome back, music. Done. He does. He made rocket ships once and then printed them. King shit, if I may. Oh, rocket ships, my beloveds. Ew, what the fuck color is this? This wasn't even the area I wanted to be in. There we go. 3D modeling is hard. It is so sexy and cool that you are good at it, bro. Unbelievable, in fact. Hard eyes, dude. We can all use compliments from time to time, I think. They're fun and nice. I've got myself covered. But compliments are fun, sexy, and cool, and I think more of them should be received by you, I think. Borderline about to just start raving on about you, but maybe I'll keep that. There you go. External dying is important. Okay. Ugh, I'm vibing really hard with everything that's going on screen. Thank you, drawing and art as well. Okay. This isn't even the right area because the shading is coming from a more direct. So this should be well, your heart is pretty important. Oh, also congrats on hitting affiliate, dude. That's really sexy and funky and cool as well. I forgot to mention that the other day. Yeah. Oh, affiliate, my beloved. Because I'm pretty sure that's the only way you can get money is through affiliates. So I assume you have hit it. Man. Hearing about the way the payout works was devastating. Oh, compliments, my beloveds. They're nice to give out, I think. Bless you. Don't forget to die outside. That's important. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear. I will call. I don't know the emergency number for where you're at. It's probably not 911, but I will call 911 for you nonetheless, just to make sure you stay alive. Okay, this. I like emotionally out of the closet. That's really funny. It's compliments are fun, sexy, and cool. But in my defense, you've both done that to me anyway, so now it's my turn to do it to you. That's fair. I didn't really think about it that way. Dying outside was like physical. Like dying inside is like emotional, and then dying outside is physical. But that makes sense as well. I didn't think about it like that. Okay. No, that's so boring. Compliments are so fun. Okay. I do really like the layering that I have going on. But I only like started doing it on Marcus because I've finally gotten used to painting like this, or it's kind of painting. Shading, it's got a very painter vibe. Hey, that is a good quality, I think. Because the opposite is just insults. And that would suck, I think. Nope, that's too late. This is good. Okay. Sweet. Okay. God, I'm begging myself to get this fucking panel done. I'm so close. It's just this. And then I've got the text already. I'll probably move it, to be honest. Because it's in kind of a weird spot. I was asking around on my art server for dynamic paneling advice. Oh. So it's fan art for Detroit Become Human. Let me try again, but at an actual normal volume. So it's... I am filled with shame. Basically. I'm still coming to terms with my enjoyment of this particular piece of media. But so it's Simon and Marcus, they are a little crushing on each other as a treat. The whole premise of the comic is Marcus is coming over for a movie night thing, as a treat, I'll just get out my thumbnail, because I have a thumbnail. It's shitty, because it's a thumbnail, but where did I put the thumbnail? There it is. Okay, everything else needs to go except for the thumbnail. Background is like 7 layers on its own. Yeah. So it's the comic, and then so I just have page. So this is page 1, and so this is the panel I'm working on because I'm making it way more complicated than I need to be. Oh, thank you. I've done a few comics before. I have a couple of Bill and Ted ones, that are just like a page or two. I've plotted out a 52-page comic before. I got halfway, not even halfway. I got like a quarter of the way done with 1 page, and I was like, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. So I stopped. So I've taken off. I will be right back. Sorry. My bad, my dad came into my room. Ugh, thank you. Hard eyes. I don't know, you're damn good at pixel art. I tried. I downloaded Sprite the other day, and I was like, tee, I'm gonna try to do pixel art. And I was like, I've done some in... Now I'm gonna pull it up because I am stupid. I've done some on Psy, which is horrible. Psy is not a very good pixel place, but I did this. It's a funky Twitch streamer that I used to watch very briefly. So I did this. I totally cheated though. I just copied over the picture. But you know, I cheated. Looks kind of nice though. But pixel art in Sprite is a lot different and worse and harder, and I hate it there. Damn, thank you. That's fair to a certain extent. I did do it right on top though. I just color dropped and then, which is essentially just tracing. But thank you. I would die for you, essentially. Anyway, oh. Then maybe it's all fine. I don't know. I don't need that one right now. Blocks, people, men, background. Great. Okay, why does it kind of hit with the white in the back? That's fair. I always forget that I'm learning, because I've gotten to the point where I don't need to trace and stuff anymore in like actual like painting. But pixel art, it's like starting all over because it's a completely and entirely new skill for me. So I've oftentimes forget. I fucked up. Okay, there we go. But God, it is, yeah, it's hard, because I've been, you know, halfway decent at actually drawing for a few years now, to the point where I've I don't know, gotten, I don't want to say attention because I don't get a whole lot of attention on the internet, but because I've gotten so used to pride, it's pride, because I've gotten so used to being proud of my skill, starting over is extraordinarily difficult, and pixel art is definitely new. I need 6 months if I practice, and it is very unlikely that I will. There's a good chance that I'll leave pixel artists to pixel art to the pixel artists. Like, have a good time, guys. Like, if anybody needs like a nice painting, I got you. Probably not landscape. Keep that shit away from me, but literally anything else, for sure. Pixel art. Whew. As much as I'd like to learn, I just want to make silly little sprites of characters. Literally nothing else. Is that so much to ask? Apparently it is.
You're doing great. Very well indeed. Now, let's break your head open and give you a...
Okay. Okay. I do need... Oh, it's a funky little spaceman. Okay. Oh, how'd the end of your stream go yesterday, by the way? Did you finish the thing you were working on? Oh, like backseat gaming. Do I still have the tag? I thought I got rid of it. No, it looks like I got rid of it. Backseating is like, sitting there in chat telling me how to play the game. Fucking hate that shit. Woo! Oh, too dark. Ah, damn. But, there's no shame in working on something different for a while, I think. Because, man, some things are just not meant to be finished. And I will keep on that. Playing with colors is really fun, I think. I am an average enjoyer of coloring. That's what coloring pages are so fun for, is because the world is your oyster. I always wanted to make a coloring page. I think that sounds really fun. I just don't know how that would work, or why. Because essentially just be like, because if I ended up coloring it, it would just be me drawing, essentially. So I don't really know where I'd put it if I did end up making a coloring page. Or a nice coloring book. I guess it could kind of be a zine. But self-making and distributing a zine that only I made feels really weird. Oh, yeah, I mean, shit, it looked really good. The, like, vaporwave vibe of the background? Hell yeah. It was very sexy. But, I mean, Yeah, some genres you probably won't even end up touching, because that's what happens a lot. Like, once you find one that you do genuinely enjoy doing, you won't even need to worry about the rest of them. Probably. I mean, you could. And that's bravery, I think. Because there's some art styles that I know I would absolutely hate doing. Like horror art? No. No, thank you. I'm good. It's not like horrible. It's just not something that I would enjoy drawing. I would if you paid me enough money, but it definitely wouldn't be of my own free will. Same with other worser things. Horror art is certainly only the, you know, top of the tip of the iceberg.
Life was a vast mattress. I felt your wings turn into fins. I guess we swimming now. We made a home within this.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't like looking at horror art. I don't, but like other genres, like still lifes. I hate doing those. They suck. If they're boring. Like, if you sit me down in front of, like, something fun, like, when I had bought a rose for my buddy's job, I had put it in a water bottle, and it was, like, it was sort of crushed and kind of ugly, but the rose being in it made it very paintable, almost. It was very vibe. Because there's this one picture, I think, of a Coke can with a rose in it. So it reminded me a little bit of that. So it's like nature mixed with man-made, blah, 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 you know, all that crap. And I was like, that's very pretty. I think I'd like to paint that. Oh, hey, dude, how was your stream? I tried to watch it. It was really buffery for me. So I wasn't there for very long. I did lurk for a while, though. But it was so buffery I didn't even bother saying anything. I hope it went well. I didn't watch the first one. What were you playing? Blasphemous? I think? Oh my god, I would literally love for this. Oh, yes. Okay, there's a little tab on my chat, and I didn't know how to get it to go away. Oh. I hope you hit a funny number. That would be fun, because then as soon as you hit the funny number, you've got to stop. You legally can't die anymore. Well, there are two funny numbers. And once you hit 69 and then go over it, now you have to die 420 times to hit the other funny number. There you go. We're on the same wavelength, baby. That's what we're talking about. Okay. It's a little purple. Has it always been that purple? Oh. Drawing is crazy. Colors? Whack. I don't understand them, and I simply never will. Goodbye.
Motherfuckers looking kinda bogus. Yeah, need a reason to steep in your moment to the fleas like a leaf from the lotus. Yeah. Won't he eat from the belly, get a beast card.
Okay. I got the shirt done. I'll probably come back and mess with it. But I will return shortly.
Hey yo, sorry if I call a lot. I hope you taking this to the heart because it's often knots. Tolerance is arguing in parking lots. Over parking spots. We crashed the car and locked. Odds are strong attached like back of halter tops. Fuck it. Gassing up the furnace, earnest causing fault. Hands quaking and I'm gaming just to call the shots. Baby mistaken if we're aching, taking breaks can never stay. Hold me down, this hurricane is just a pain, just let me vent. I'm drinking then, I'm sick and wet. The smoke on top of creaky fence. Reconnaissance, we smoking 30 in the parking lot. Whoa, wonder if this feeling is just overthought. Shawty got me anxious like they called the cops. Genuine 11, it's just strange for talk. Apologies for burden, hurt is grown if not. I wonder if this feeling is just overthought.
I keep overthinking, break the page out and pour the ink and gotta hate it when the boredom's sinking. Yo, I wonder if I'm more than just disorder sinking up with distorted thinking and ignored existence. On the floor again, ignore me, I'm just quarantining, snoring. All the pleas for help, I'm mumbling, I'm asleep, I'm not important. Please don't bring this moment up when we speak again in the morning. I realize too late that I say too much and I'm sorry. So I guess it's no surprise when I'm at the point in life when I regret apologizing. Sick of lamenting most my words as I devise them. It's decided
I have returned. And it's shit now. So I didn't finish it. I'm starting over. No. Well, no. Art hard. Cringe.
It makes you behave like the village drunkard in some early Irish novel. Total loss of all basic motor skills.
Oh shoot, did I loop
No
it?
balance, numb tongue,
No, but we're only on song 41, so it's fine.
unable to communicate with the spinal column. Which is interesting because you can actually watch yourself behaving in this terrible way.
Yeah, this is a song dedicated to my one and only love.
Go to bed.
It goes something like this.
Okay.
Yeah, by coaching, by coaching.
Adding the light helped a lot. So thank God. I thought I was gonna have to get back in and not start over, but like okay. So I was on YouTube earlier, and I was just watching random videos that I hadn't watched from some of my favorite YouTube men. And one of them was a video that Curtis Connor had done. He's a commentary fella. Oh, hell yeah, man. Have a good time. I won't ask any questions since you're gonna lurk anyway. I started playing Overwatch again pretty recently. I'm shit. I'm total ass. I can't play a single damage character to save my fucking life. I am either really bad at tank or halfway decent at support, and there's no damage. I gotta go. but I do cut wait times in half for whoever's playing with me, so you're welcome. My YouTube man. Okay, back to that. So, the video I was watching was about Disney adults, which is very funny.
Yeah, I know. I'm guilty. I understand that. I knew it was a crime.
I would deeply enjoy playing some games. Especially if everybody else is just as ass as I am. I will be right back.
You know, I have a feeling you need to take a nap.
Been walking the same road for so long. I'm ready to reroute. I don't want you to ever give up. Not envy the me now. If you're still alive and you hear this, well then ni hao. You'll never be perfect, and this fact should calm you. So breathe in and breathe out.
My bad. My family keeps showing up, which is fine. They may enter my room as much as they would like, except please don't. I forgot what I was saying. Fuck. Whatever, it probably wasn't funny anyway. And if it's not funny, I'm simply not interested. I was on Twitter the other day, and there was a YouTube men. Sorry, I don't remember. But hey, I didn't forget mid-sentence, and that is something that can be so intimate, I think. And hard. As I do oftentimes forget. I don't know if I like the shirt or not. I almost want to just ignore the wrinkle shading, because that's where I'm having trouble.
Used to life, used to buy my break, used to fly, used to try my great, used to try and justify my hate, used to strain before I'd use the time I've saved. You don't ever listen, you don't ever let me talk, you keep burning bridges, you keep walking, getting lost, you've deserted interest in everything but what you're not, don't deserve attention. Words that I can turn you off and we'll never get along, never gonna get it right, cause when I'm sitting on my own, I just wanna sit and die here, don't want anything at all, let distractions fill the silence, I won't ever hear my soul, so I've given up the fight, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put a hold on this shirt. I feel like this is a good course of action. I'm having a little difficulty putting a hold on this shirt, it seems. Okay, I'm moving on. We're moving on. Faces are harder anyway, so the shirt will seem easier once I get the hard shit done. I hope. It is literally all I've ever asked for. His hair is very funny to me because the purple overlay that I had done to get the shading on the hair just literally made it black, and the same thing happened with Simon's shirt. So and I even lightened it so it wasn't like it was the full 100% overlay. The purple shade looks like red almost, which is weird. But it's just another example of how I don't understand color, and there is no shame in this. Oh yeah,
I think Square found a snare and shit. Intro's easy.
Diamond mug, be a rap on the track, let make a diamonds touch. He the arcade, go on the diamond cut. Find your crutch and get suplex. Fuck around and turn him into ooblet. Who next? Go bird running. I ain't trying to end up in the vulture. Stunning bitch, I feel like I'm on a king when I'm blunted. I'm Lord information.
I should have got another shade darker. Cause I use shade. No, I did it right. Oh, I forgot it shades over everything. My bad. Okay. Coloring hard as always. Can you believe? Necks are probably the worst thing to ever happen to me. Like, legs, I think some people have trouble with. I've gotten legs down, I like to think. Fucking hands, no question. I'm literally so good. Don't even worry about it. I've recently lost confidence in my hands. There was a period though. I was like, wow, I'm literally the greatest artist of all time. It's gone now, but it was fun while it lasted, I think. I wish I had the capability of drawing hands without the little lines. I like the little lines at the same time. It's certainly a toss-up. But necks, suck. Specifically coloring them. Like drawing, like sketching them, whatever. Fine. But fucking what is this area specifically? What is going on? Literally what is happening. Under the chin, I've got. Especially after a recent critique I received in my art server. But like, other than that, huh? Because especially when your head turns in certain directions, you've got the bone in it if you're thin enough. I'm not thin enough for that, so I don't get the bone. But some people get the bone, and I don't like drawing the bone because it freaks me out because it's thin. It's like, eat some food, man. I also just don't like bone. But like, yeah, it's What is going on? I literally don't understand. And that's such a weird and hyper-specific part of the body to have trouble on. I think that's really funny. Man, I'm as excited as I am to finish this panel. The fact that I'm gonna have another one right after, what a delight and a treat. I'm literally so psyched to get it done, but I don't know why it's such a drag all of a sudden. And my god, it is Sunday, and since it's so early, I literally have no reason not to raid anybody. I don't know who I'm gonna raid, but holy shit, it will be someone. As a treat. So if anybody has any, like, ideas on who to raid, I am so down. Not that I have a whole lot of, you know, power, but that's alright. Raids are always fun to receive, I think. Like, whenever I'm in somebody else's stream and somebody gets raided, I'm like, yo! There's like 7 new people here! Yeah! Yeah, there's so much skin and bone, and for what? For what? My body to be connected to my head? Cringe. For what? Despicable. I can't believe the neck would do that to me. Move in several different directions? It's like fucking so many directions. I mean the neck stays in the same spot, but you get it. Oh, to be passionate about necks. It's really funny. Okay. He was a lot orangier. That's a really bad word to use, but he was. Like, this isn't necessarily a cooler brown, but his lips were orangier. In the last thing that I had drawn of him. Okay. I was at work the other day, and I got to thinking. I was like, Cause so, recently I've been, you know, I am cringe, but I'm free. I was thinking about, how I roleplayed in the past for Detroit Become Human characters, and others, but specifically I've been talking about Detroit Become Human on stream because that's been the most relevant. And I realized that I have no reason to be ashamed of the fact that I roleplay, or used to. I don't really anymore, but I have no reason. Because if you play Dungeons and Dragons, you literally roleplay, you're not allowed to bully me. People who don't play Dungeons and Dragons, now they can still bully me, but the people who play Dungeons and Dragons is one less group to hurt me emotionally. So, the more I rationalize my enjoyment of things, the closer it is to your inevitable end. You as a society. The less shame I have, the more powerful I grow. So you better watch out. okay planes of the face. I looked at for 2 seconds and learned nothing from. I have like blisters or something on my left hand. I don't even use my left hand. Like, my right hand is fine. She's holding up. But my left hand is torn to shreds for some reason. Like, I have calluses on my fingers. I don't know how. And then blisters. Truly amazing how the body works, I think. Okay, lips. No, they're not allowed. Goodbye. I grow stronger by the minute. Maybe we should have come up with an anti-compliment pact. Because that way I couldn't become any more powerful than I already am now. I hope we're all aware that these are jokes. Okay, lips. Okay. Ugh. Maybe I just stop here. It's all downhill, I think. No, it's too warm. Man, the page 2 of this, I have a couple of funky close-up panels. I could not be more excited for those panels. Because first of all, they're gonna be quick. Second of all, they don't have backgrounds. Third of all, it'll be fun to do something more like detailed, I guess. Not that this isn't detailed, but like zoom in type shit. Needs to be purplier.